10 lost stashes is what we're looking at today, scattered across the Commonwealth. Some of them will be easy, some of them will be a little more difficult to find. The first one is over here by Misty Lake. Find this little rowboat that has a fishing rod and a cooler, and you'll want to head towards the robotics disposal ground. So the best way to position yourself is just stand here, get east sort of into the middle of your compass, and then jump into the water, preferably with Aqua Boy or Aqua Girl. You can get a few rads when you're doing this, but don't worry. There's a little wooden crate here with some radaway, but that's not what we're after. We want the sunken treasure. This steamer trunk. Now, do bring more than one bobby pin. Otherwise, you know, it could be a bit of a bad time. There we go. Got into it. Ammo, weapons, explosives, pre-war money. Take it all. What's not to love? Okay, so our next destination is over towards the Concord Water Tower. Right over there. Best way to get to it's just fast travel. The Red Rocket truck stop. Once you're outside the Red Rocket here, start heading over towards the tower. And we get ourselves not only some purified water, but there's actually a steamer trunk right beside it. So if you're doing survival, of course, the first aid and all the purified water here will be a great boost. But over here, boom, steamer trunk, half out of the ground. Ammo, bottle caps, weapons, maybe a really good weapon, especially in the early game. Not a bad find whatsoever. Our next one is actually going to take us into Concord itself, so let's go. For this one, you don't even have to fight the raiders, although they might notice you as you're trying to sneak into the Concord Speakeasy. I would recommend, if you are doing this, that you might want to level up your perception to level 4 so you can get the advanced lockpick. It will be needed to get into the room that has the steamer trunk, although the whole Speakeasy itself is pretty good. You can see the raiders are preoccupied fighting Preston, so let's go on in. Sometimes the raiders might try and follow you in, but tell them that was not the password and eliminate them. Look at this dude just chilling out with a wee cigar. There's lots of items to be found inside the Speakeasy, in the basement, especially going into the likes of this room over here. You'll get some XL, 2 of them, and then you can get a machete in here with a few mannequins surrounding the bathtub. Yeah, the less you ask about this location, probably the better. This advanced lock door is what we want. Hopefully with one bobby pin, you can pull it off.
That's it.
That's why I prefer to have more than one. I'm living life on the edge with this. You can find the remains of this soldier, ammo, and again, a steamer trunk. Weapons, armor, chems, ammo. You kind of get the gist of what is in most of these trunks. Now, our next one's actually not a steamer trunk, but still a hidden stash. This will be taking us over to Bedford Station. So you want to just head all the way to the east, walk out until you see a load of trains sitting, and yeah. This one I couldn't leave off any stash list because it's so good. Now, as for the ghouls here, they won't be friendly and they won't like you kind of chilling around here. So, you know, head on in. See the wee railroad sign? We've got a dead drop. Inside's food, ammo, sometimes armor, some chems, and a few other things that will really be a boost to you in your early game, like this dirty tan suit, +2 charisma, not bad, and some first aid. Now, I did say that I would promise steamer trunks, so the one that I always forget about when I'm in this area is this one up here. While it is part of Bedford Station, it's always worth pointing out. Alright, let's head on to our next destination. This one is going to take us east over to the Taffington boathouse next. Once you're here, you'll want to head left towards the drainage. You can take the low ground or the high ground. Either way, there's about a dozen blood bugs at that campsite that you'll have to deal with. And that is the destination we're looking for. So they'll all swarm around you. For me, they've a bit of a truce just so we can do this video. I prefer showing you the enemies alive so you can kind of get an idea as to what you'll be facing. Once inside, though, you will need to do... Oh, whoa. You will need the ability to hack an advanced lock terminal in order to open this door, and you'll get that steamer trunk over there. But that's not just all. There's about 4 blood bugs in this place. Once you head over here, beware of the mines. It's booby-trapped. There's Russell. You can get some stuff off him. Another trunk, so 2 for the price of 1 in trunks. Some chems. And heck, even a fusion core. I love this location. Now, from the Taffington boathouse, we'll be heading northeast this time, up to Parsons Creamery next, near Limwoods. Once you arrive at the creamery, start heading west, find the back, and you'll see a little trail on the top of a trailer. That's our destination. No one knows who put this out here. It might have been a prepper. Maybe it was someone that was actually just out for a bit of a vacation in Linwoods and they got stuck here. Either way, they have left a steamer trunk full of goodies for me and you, and we don't even have to waste a bobby pin on it, which again is a great one. Found in here lots of ammo, some weapons, and honestly the main reason I love farming through steamer trunks is occasionally you get a good mod to one of the weapons that you can take off at a workbench and apply it to another one. 10mm pistols and some of the pipe rifles are the best for this, and if you're in later levels, of course you'll find even more, so you can see where it is on the map. Right, so up next we're heading over to the Museum of Witchcraft. Now you might be wondering why we're here. This is actually not a steamer trunk, but it's still a really good stash. So head round the back here into the graveyard, and what you're going to want to find is a rock. This rock, to be precise. Not just any rock, it's a hollowed out rock. It's actually a callback to a hollowed out rock from Fallout 3 that you find out the back of Megaton. This one has caps, it has a sniper rifle, chems and a few other things. I'm pretty sure it's always the same loot, which again, if you're in the area, how awesome is that? Picking up something very nice. Now we're going to be taking our adventures over here. We're going down to Beantown Brewery next. Once you fast travel in, you'll want to head over to this boat over here. Take a easy wee swim, hop on over. Aye, aye, Captain. Get a sea captain's hat and some ammo. We just have to kill some of the Mirelurks. And next up is a wee advanced lock door. Once you've got it unlocked, find the remains of a raider and another industrial trunk. Beware though, the rads in here is quite heavy. You won't want to spend too much time, so more of an in and out job here. And just whilst you're here, not part of the stashes, but it's an awesome wee find. Is this safe? We advanced lock safe, because if you're able to open that, it's not a big stretch to be able to open this. And there's a little sleeping bag for our survival friends. So now that we've done that, we're going to be heading a little more southwest towards Lake Cochituate next. Now once you're here, this is the fast travel point. You want to head over to this little, well, the remains of this village. Lots of Mirelurks, lots of settlers, lots of things you can loot. Jump up here and head over to the radio and the bathtub. Now this bathtub actually signifies where the treasure is, so it's a steamer trunk right under our noses here. If I drain away the water, you can actually see it's straight ahead. Swim down. Aqua boy or girl is a good choice here. Ammo, some chems, weapons, things you can scrap. Honestly, not that bad a find. Now our next one is the creme de la creme. It's a very hard one to find, so straight over to Poseidon Energy at the southeast corner of the map. And once you're here, you're going to want to head around the back of Poseidon. We're looking for a message in a bottle. You don't need this message in a bottle to find the stash, but it is preferable that you do, because then it will at least mark where on earth you've got to go to find it. If you see the lighthouse, which in itself also has some pretty nice loot in it, nice unmarked location, and there's a little camp sitting on stilts over to the right here. Both of them unmarked, both some supplies, but they're not our focus. Our focus is the lovely steamer trunk that you have to swim a good bit for. Now, the landmark that you're actually looking for is a red buoy. There it is. And then just to the left of it is a message in a bottle. I'm screwed. Now, if you want to activate this, go over to your quest, down to miscellaneous, and click. That'll bring it up on the map, and you can see the marker is dead ahead. Now, it's quite the swim, and you will definitely need Aqua Boy for this one. So, let's go. For anyone, my best advice is go right over it and dive straight down. Works every time. So, if I actually drain the water away here, because it is quite deep. If we drain it, you can see that the stash is right here. So, swim, swim, swim. Water should probably come back here in a second. There it is. Open the hatch. In we go. Steamer trunk, this one. Ooh, very, very nice. Explosives, ammo. You see the trend of steamer trunks. There is a real trend. When you play the game enough, you sort of pick it up. Now, that is 10 steamer trunks, but we have one more to go. Because if you've sat through all 10, then head on over to the Wilson's Automatoys factory for a wee bonus one. One of my favourite, because it has a lot of cement. Cement's pretty good for doing things around the settlements, so... Head on into the Automatoys factory. All the Giddy Up buttercups are amazing. Collect as many as you can and as many as you and your companion can carry back to your base for weapons, mods, armor, building in general. It's great. Now hop onto this pipeline and continue it along until you find this gap. Drop down, go right to the end. We've got a skeleton, bags of cement, and another steamer trunk. Little bonus one for yous getting this far in the video. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you all in the next one.